Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today I am going to talk about a topic that not only makes me sad but also enrages me because I have been a fan of Hyuna since I got into K-pop, and it amazes me how everything has changed so quickly. Nowadays, I don't feel any sympathy for her. She is an adult, she knows what she is doing, and that carefree attitude that brought her success is now dragging her down due to her poor decisions. So, without further ado, let's get started. Hyuna is a popular solo artist who started her musical career at j-YP Entertainment when she debuted with Wonder Girls. She was only 14 years old, and left the group quickly, supposedly a decision made by her parents who were concerned about her health. After this, she joined ktube Entertainment, where she became a member of 4-Minute, which was extremely famous. Not only was the group very popular, but Hyuna was clearly the most popular member and was given many opportunities to shine. This included her highly successful collaboration with PSY for the remix of Gangnam Style, as well as her solo debut. She debuted as a solo artist with another collaboration, this time with a company colleague, Yeon Junhyung. I'm sure you know this guy now, as he is Hyuna's current boyfriend, but we will talk more about that later. The song, released in 2010, was a commercial success, reaching number 2 on the Jan Digital chart in its weekly list, although the music video was rated as inappropriate for those under 19 due to Hyuna's provocative dance moves, and it was deemed inappropriate for minors. Here we can already see the type of concept Hyuna had, very rebellious, doing what she wanted without caring what Korea thought of her. Let's remember that Korea is a very conservative country, and her songs challenge the traditional model of women. This is why Hyuna became a female empowerment icon, wearing daring clothes and performing choreographies sometimes considered inappropriate for minors. She became a role model for those women who did not follow the standard. She also debuted in a duet with Hyuncuteyt, and their concept was a sexy couple, which again, was not suitable for all audiences. Their choreographies were so sensual that they had to be modified for certain shows. Troublemaker disbanded without any official announcement, they simply stopped releasing music. 4-Minute also disbanded in 2016, though the separation was a bit more controversial. Out of the 5 members in the group, 4 left ktube Entertainment, with Hyuna being the only one who stayed. All the members unfollowed her on Instagram. At that time, there was this idea that maybe they were envious of Hyuna because she was the most popular member of the group, but perhaps that wasn't the reason, and we are all realizing it now. Despite being left without a group, she continued her solo career with a label she had promised to be loyal to from the beginning. She then formed Triple H, another group with 2 Pentagon members, Who and Dawn, along with herself. As expected, the music videos had a spicy element, especially between Dawn and Hyuna, who even shared a kiss in one video. In the behind-the-scenes footage, Hyuna could be seen very close to Dawn, and some said he seemed uncomfortable with her presence. However, the reality was that they were dating, despite ktube initially denying it. Hyuna revealed that they had been dating for 2 years at that point. This relationship led to their departure from ktube, as they likely breached their contracts, especially Dawn, by dating Hyuna. At that time, everyone supported the couple, and ktube's stock value dropped significantly. Now, we can see things from a different perspective without the cloud of fan enthusiasm. The truth is, Dawn was very popular within Pentagon, and the group needed him. We can say that Pentagon tried, but they never really succeeded as expected after Dawn's departure, even though they were gaining popularity with their song Shine. After that, the couple joined P Nation, PSY's company, which outwardly seemed like a company that gave its artists the freedom to do whatever they wanted. They released a few songs in a collaborative album together, but the main news was that they had gotten engaged and were soon to be married. This was well received by the public because their relationship had become very normalized, and people genuinely wished them the best. However, for a long time, people said it seemed like Dawn was adapting too much to her and that he appeared downcast, especially regarding his aesthetic. Now, a few years later, we can see that Dawn has changed completely since their relationship ended. Additionally, they did not renew their contracts with the company they supposedly loved, which hinted that something was not right. In November 2022, After 6 years together, they announced that they had broken up. It seemed they were on good terms as they continued to promote each other's music, but it looked like they would end up in different companies and, for the first time, not be under the same label. Dawn signed with 𝒉𝒐, and a month later, Hyuna also signed with 𝒉𝒐. This surprised fans because, if it was planned, why weren't the announcements made simultaneously? Perhaps Hyuna did it on her own? These are some of the theories circulating online. The bombshell that disappointed everyone dropped on January 18, when Hyuna posted a photo holding hands with someone, with an emoji suggesting a relationship. That person was Young Junhyung, who confirmed his romance with Hyuna through this post. Hello, I just thought I'd leave a message since you must have been surprised by the sudden news. We're doing well while gaining positive energy from each other, so I'd like you to kindly take care of us. Many of Hyuna's fan accounts went down after this news, and it generally wasn't well received. But why? Who is this man, and why does he disgust us all so much? Young Junhyung is a rapper and former member of I-DLE who is indirectly related to the Burning Sun scandal. This scandal, which erupted in 2019, centered around crimes committed at the eponymous club, including assaults, distribution of illegal videos, gambling, and drug use. Young Junhyung became implicated in the scandal when his name appeared in the KakaoTalk chat rooms where illegal pornographic videos were being distributed. Although he initially denied his involvement, he later admitted to receiving an illegal video and making inappropriate comments about it. He wasn't convicted because his involvement wasn't direct. He wasn't the one who recorded the videos of women being abused while unconscious, but he watched them, made disgusting comments, and said nothing. This is what I call being an accomplice. The question we all ask is, what is Hyuna doing with a man like that? Hyuna, a woman who, if you don't remember, knew Goo Hara, and had some kind of interaction with her, the ex-girlfriend of her current boyfriend, who took her own life due to threats from another ex-partner to leak intimate content. I've also seen people justifying Hyuna by saying that she and Goo Hara were never friends. First, that would take away some of her guilt. What she did is still wrong. And second, I don't take pictures like that with someone who isn't my friend, and I'm not going to hug her when I see her, but that's just me. Not only that, but it was revealed that Hara was a key figure in the Burning Sun investigation. She helped the victims day and night because she knew what it felt like to have intimate content recorded without consent and to face threats of distribution. Hara was so good-hearted that she helped ensure a close friend was convicted because, I suppose, Hara had a conscience and empathy, unlike some others. Many say we shouldn't go against Hyuna because she didn't do those things. But what does it matter? She is with someone who did. Obviously, I have more disgust for her boyfriend, but I'm disappointed in Hyuna because I never thought someone always linked to feminism in Korea would do something like this. It's not enough for her to ignore Hara's and all the victims' feelings. She also throws indirect jabs at Dawn, like the t-shirt she wore in an interview. Honestly, I hope her career goes downhill fast because, as if that wasn't enough, the couple just announced they are getting married. At this point, I don't care what Hyuna does from now on. But if she starts making comments again like women can't do anything, we're so strong, or similar statements linked to feminism, I'm going to lose it. Because we can do everything except go to a club without the risk of being drugged and recorded without consent for your boyfriend to watch and enjoy, I suppose. I've also seen many people saying that her new comeback attitude failed because it only sold 5 albums on the 3rd day, and I thought the same. But unfortunately, it's turning out to be one of her best-selling albums with over 16,000 copies sold. The only one that surpasses it is I'm Not Cool, which makes me have to agree with Hyuna. You're not cool. You're someone I regret ever listening to, even for a second. I wish I could say the same about her boyfriend, but thankfully, I never listened to him. Fortunately, some idols unfollowed her, including Jungkook, Jennie, and gfriend. Although I've also seen idols who continue to support her, I really have nothing to say to them. Maybe they are trying to help her, or they don't agree with her relationship but realize there's nothing they can do since Hyuna is an adult. We don't know what happens between them, but we do know what he did, And the fact that Hyuna is with someone like that shows us that she was never truly a feminist. She never cared about the fight for equal rights. I feel it was something that fell into her lap and she decided to use it for her benefit. Now I feel that perhaps we attributed something to her that she didn't even believe in, as this movement has only improved her public image and she doesn't even support those causes with meaningful actions in her personal life. Now, I don't know whether to hope everything goes wrong for her or that she realizes who she's with and corrects herself.
And this has been all. I hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did, it would help me a lot. See ya.